For nearly 800 years, cities spanned from Lisboa to Granada were part of a single world once called Al-Andalus, a land under the Islamic rule of Umayyad Caliphate, a land that gave the world its greatest scientists, philosophers, and poets, minds that lit the darkness of medieval Europe, a land we now call Andalusia. Seville did not reveal itself all at once. It arrived slowly. A cathedral rising above the city. Horses and carriages moving slowly through the square below. A tower that has watched over it all for centuries. Its bells still keeping time with a world long changed. Some places are not built from history, but from the longing for it. Tile and arches curving like an open embrace. A quiet tribute in stone to a beauty that time could not undo. In the sound of water behind old walls. In the scent of orange trees after rain. In the glow of lanterns on wet stone. A city that carries its past. The way carved stone carries shadow, quietly and without effort. Beneath its beauty, another world remained. Not lost, not gone, only resting in an arch, in a garden, under the beam of light. The memory of Al-Andalus, of a civilization that left itself behind in every corner of this city. Not as ruins, but as breath. Walking through Seville felt less like visiting a place. It is more like listening to an echo. That had chosen not to fade. The road to Córdoba passed through endless olive fields, silver green beneath a fading sky. The land itself grew quieter, as if preparing you for what was ahead. Inside the mezquita, silence gathered between the columns, like something that had always lived there. Rows of arches, red and white, repeating into shadow, endlessly, like a prayer that never needed an answer. A mosque resting within a cathedral. Two worlds, one space, not separated. Not reconciled. Simply coexisting, the way only time allows, and standing there between one history and another. It became impossible not to feel how civilizations do not truly disappear. They only change the language in which they speak. Outside, Córdoba moves softly through the evening, its silhouette stretching across a bridge that has carried 1,000 years upon its stones. Footsteps fading into stone. Ancient walls still stand against the sun. A fortress that once watched over kings, now watching only the silence it remembers. Some cities demand to be seen. Córdoba only asks to be felt. Granada felt somehow different, more distant. More fragile, as if the city knew it was carrying something the rest of the world had forgotten. Above the hills, the Alhambra waited in complete stillness, the way a last thing waits. At dusk, it no longer felt entirely real. Light moved slowly across carved walls. Water held fragments of the sky. Shadows gathered beneath arches where centuries had learned to be still. There are places so beautiful they return you to silence. The Alhambra was one of them. But what stayed longest was not the grandeur. It was the feeling of standing inside something that knew it was the last. The last palace. The last garden. The last kingdom. The voices are gone. The kingdoms are gone. But the beauty remained. Softly, the way a flame remains long after the room has darkened. Present. quietly, still.